Hello, this is Colleen Reynolds with your watercolor how-to art tip. Today I'm going to be painting my mother for Mother's Day. So this was the final painting with a couple of stages behind. I started this as a demonstration painting in a watercolor workshop, and this was where we left off after class. And then I came back and worked on it, and this stage is where I have a lot of video, and I'm going to take an excerpt of the video from here. And then after I stared at it for a couple of weeks, I went ahead and put in some dark contrast at the end. But this was the video excerpt I'm going to talk about today. So I had put in a value study with skin tone colors at the bottom and a few greens and blues and violets in a T strength. And now I'm coming in with some a little bit stronger color tones. So I'm using sap green here, and I'm just putting some cool light on the light side of her face, but I don't want it to look like it doesn't belong, so I've glazed a little bit of that green over the top of her cheeks in the shadows. And now again onto her hand at the bottom, putting a little bit into the light. So this is the sap green. I'm putting it on at T strength, and then I'm cleaning my brush, getting most of the water out, and then I'm softening the edges. Here I scrub back a little bit to sort of soften an edge on her chin. And now I'm bringing in some manganese blue hue. This is one of my favorite cool blues for a light tone. It's very similar to cerulean blue, I just find it to be brighter. And I'm putting some of that into the shadows side. And then I'm putting the paint down, getting rid of the water, and then blending it gently. All the paint below is completely dry. So I'm going to put some into the forehead as well. I like to do this along the shadow edge when it goes from light to shadow. And I like the blue to be in the light and in the shadow at the shadow edge. I've done this for years. But I also took a workshop with Pam Wenger, and she calls this stage her arbitrary color stage. And it's kind of hard to explain where to put the arbitrary color, but for me, I like to look at transitions between light and shadows, even if it's subtle in the light, but especially on the nose where you catch that core shadow. And then here on the hand as well, I'm putting that blue right along the shadow edge so it crosses over from the light side to the dark side and sort of transitions that and softens the turn of the form right there. And so I just wanted to give you a little excerpt of painting this portrait of my mother for Mother's Day. You can see in the photograph that those colored tones just really make the skin tones come alive. I really like to add to my portraits. Thank you so much for watching. Again, this is Colleen Reynolds with your watercolor how-to art tip, Mother Dear for Mother's Day.